Hey guys, welcome back to another Unreal Engine 4 tutorial. Today I'm going to be showing you how to create a wind turbine in Unreal Engine 4 so that the blades spin around in the game, and it looks quite nice. So in the previous episode I did create the model in Blender for us to use, so if you haven't watched that, or if you don't have a model and you want to make one, I'd recommend go watching that, which will be on screen now and linked in the description below. But before we start in Unreal, we're just going to have to redo something in Blender, so we just open it back up again. We're going to need to just move these blades down into the center and export them like that. So this is where the actual rotation point for them is. So we just hit 1, get them as close to the center as we can. You can use G and Z to get more fine movements. And that looks good. And if we just hit save and just re-export this again, then this should be good. So export FBX. Export it like that, and then in Unreal what we're going to now want to do is import this. So we just drag and drop it in from our folder into the content browser into Unreal and export and import it, and then keep all these options the same. Hit import all, close this menu, and now we have our wind turbine imported. So now what we're going to do is create a blueprint for it. So if we right click, blueprint class, an actor, and I'm going to call this wind turbine BP, like so, and then just open this up, and then we'll add these static meshes in. So to do that quickly, we can just close this, select both these static meshes, open up the blueprint again, add component, search for static mesh, multiple assets, and that's like that. Drag that onto there to make sure it's not parented anymore, zoom out, and then if we just move these blades up to where we want them to actually be, so it looks like a wind turbine, up here, like so. And I think that looks good. So now if we hit compile, and we can drag this in to our scene, just get it like that. It's quite big because I built it to scale, but if we just drag it in, we can see that we now have a wind turbine in our scene, which looks pretty cool. So now if we open up our blueprint again, we'll add the rotation to this. So if we just go to the event graph, so now drag and drop a reference to our wind turbine blades from up the top left here, and add local rotation, and just plug that into the event tick like so. And then for the Y, just type in 1, hit compile, close this, hit play, and we can see that we now have a spinning wind turbine. Now that's quite fast, so you can mess around with the settings if you want. So you can set it to, let's say, 0.5, and instead of having to play each time, you can just hit the drop down menu and press simulate like so. And there we go, that's a much better speed. But again, I'm just going to leave it as 1 for what I'm about to do next. But that's the basic rotation done. Now we're going to implement something so that each time you place down the blueprint, it's random each time, so that they're not all the same or symmetrical or in sync or whatever. It just looks more realistic and a lot better. So to do that, we're going to just reopen our blueprint like so. Just move this out a bit, right click, and on the little purple dot there, and split structure pin like so. So we're just now going to right click and get a random float in range like so, and set the minimum maximum to whatever you want. So I'm going to set mine to 0.5 and 1.2, so I'll set it to 0.3 and 1.2, and then off this return value we're just going to want to right click it and promote to variable. Actually we're just going to move this up here to go off event begin play like so, and move that back, put it in the wrong place. This variable we'll call rotation amount, or whatever you want, like so, and we hit compile, and then if we put some more of these in the scene like so, and just copy the Z for this, and let's get some more like this. Simulate, nothing will happen because we forgot to plug in the variable down here. So we just move this over a little bit again, get a reference to rotation amount, so drag it in and get, and just plug that into the Y like so, hit compile and then hit simulate. We'll see that they are all at different speeds. I'll just make this slightly easier to see. We'll just change this amount more drastically so you can see it a lot easier. Obviously you won't want to do it like this because this will be very drastic. We can see spinning fast, spinning slow, and spinning not as fast. And obviously when it's that fast it kind of breaks a little bit, but one's more or less quite a good pace, you can see it works a lot better. But then there's also another way of doing it. If this doesn't quite work for you, because I think they might have also changed it so that it doesn't fully work, and if it doesn't, then you can just get rid of that, set this to 1 again, and then delete these, and then just duplicate this and just change this manually. So obviously it's more effort as it's more manual, but it gives you the same effect, especially if it doesn't work anymore previously. So I then just drag that one in like so. And I'll just get some more just to populate it a bit more, make it look a bit nicer. And then we hit simulate, we'll see that these two are at different speeds. So yeah, I think that'll be it for this video. Well, to do everything we wanted to do. In the previous video we made the wind turbine, in this video we fixed a little issue with it and then made it so that they spin around and you can have them at random intervals or different times so it looks more realistic, like there is actual wind here as well. So thank you for watching, I hope you found it helpful and I hope you enjoyed. And if you did, make sure to like and subscribe down below. So thank you for watching and I'll see you in the next one.